Now, global pandemic or not, life around livestock just doesn't change all that much. You know, out here we see pictures on the television of all the small businesses closed down and everybody wearing masks and people being pinned up in their houses. But animals just don't know the difference. We've got to show up for work regardless. We took on a project horse for one of our neighbors here recently, and I passed him down to Dawson, and I'm just going to help him with his groundwork game here a little bit.
You immediately lost him when he stopped there. I just keep him going for a little while. Yeah, look at him. He's looking to the outside of the pen. He's immediately going to turn to the outside, right? Which tells you that he's not where you want him to be yet, right? Because you want him to turn to what?
Inside.
That's right. He was missing that. He's missing his lead there. He got his right lead that time, but he missed it several times. He's still looking to the outside, so just keep him going.
Now, consistency is a huge component when you're talking about success with young horses. Sometimes it's necessary that we have to miss a few days. You know, we're gone for one reason or another. But it's important to understand that you're just going to have to back up and reteach some of this stuff. And just don't get in a hurry. Now, last week, Dawson was looking like a rock star.
Well, he's got a good look to him. You know, you see how alert he is and how much he's paying attention to you. He wasn't like that. Now he's mouthing. That's a draw him in. All right, now turn to your left, same body position, and just start walking your circle again. Buddy. You nailed it right there. All right, now let him quit right there. Okay, walk off. Just walk off. And just wait till you get a little bit of mouth action out of him. All right? Man, that's the video gold right there, Dawson. That is the money shot. Look at that, buddy. Don't that give you goosebumps? All right, there you go.
Now, here's the idea that I'm trying to get across to Dawson. You know, we want these young horses to draw to us and to forget about all the distractions that are going on the outside of the pen. Old Creek's Ray was working really good for me last week. I felt like he was drawing to me, and he and I were really coming together there.
You know, when you get about the time that you start seeing his nose tip towards the inside of the circle, he's had that right ear on you the whole time, but he never has tipped his nose towards you. See, every time he wants to stop, his nose immediately goes to the outside. So you haven't connected with him yet. There's no way to force him to connect with you. All you got to do is just knock those cobwebs off and keep his feet moving until he decides, hey, maybe I ought to start looking to the inside. And when he does, then you can begin to draw him to you. Okay? That's a good change there. His nose is starting to come to the inside a little bit. It's not going to take long. When he wants to cut that pin off, you know what to do, right? That's right. Now tell me why you stopped him. Well, he's mouthing, that's a good sign. Mm-hmm. That mouth is really working right now. It's really good. Just see if you can ease over to his left eye and roll him across in front of you. Send him off the other way. You know what we're looking for, you know. See, he's got his rear end to you. I just hustle him. But you, see, that's not anywhere near what you had last week.
Right.
You know that, right? I mean, last week you had him coming into the middle of the circle, working him around. You could stop him, roll him back. He'd turn towards you. So there's still a lot of cobwebs in there that you got to get knocked off. Go right in the middle.
Got to check your surroundings.
You know, I really got to be careful what I say around Dawson because, you know, he's prone to turn it around and use it against me first chance he gets.
All right, so this colt's been off for 5 days too. I guess they both been off for the same amount of time or so, and they've both have the same foundation in this groundwork. I'll maintain the same posture whether they're out there or in here. Okay, I already know he's just a colt, so he's going to have to get that fresh off. He's got to get the cobwebs dusted off and get his blood flowing back to his brain. He's been off for a few days and he's fat and lazy, so I want to find a cadence to my walk that's going to match the cadence that it's going to be halfway between what he's got going on now and what I want to see in him when I get done. Basically is what it is. And when I get a little bit of draw out of him, I let him draw, okay? And I want to stay real consistent in the way that I communicate with him. And every time he comes toward the middle, which is where I want him, I let him be, all right? Every time he leaves the middle, which is where I don't want him, I hustle his feet. And really all I want to do is get into his head and make a little bit of a connection right here. And make sure that when I get on his back, I've got an open line of communication. That's the biggest thing. If I climb on his back and he's fresh and we're not on the same page, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, and with that big soggy son of a gun that you're riding, I'd for sure want to know, you know, whether or not I got a little handle there or not. And if you can't get a handle on the ground, you can't get it on their back. Consistency is the most important thing. And it's very simple. If he's leaving, you're driving. If he's coming in, you're drawing. You know, I mean, it's just like working cattle. You know, if a cow's going away from you, you're driving them. If a cow's looking at you, you're giving ground. I mean, it's the same thing. It just comes down to your timing and your feel. Working on getting that stuff worked out, because every time you do it wrong, it confuses them, you know.
Now, I am not a horse trainer, okay? I'm just a cowboy that wants to be good to the horses that are in my care. Global pandemic or not, we're gonna be here for them. It's our job and it's our obligation. Now, the round pens and the corrals and the arenas are all great for certain things. But if you really want to get into a young horse's head, the best thing that you can do is to get them out and let them see some country, okay? And for these young cow horses, the best job that they could possibly have is to go out and pen some young cattle, bring them in, and sort them. It's what they were meant to do. Boy, this life is just a dream come true.